Hey everyone, I'm here with a quick video on Diddy. Listen, you know the trial is going to start on May 5th, and that's just a few days away. Well, now they are selecting or in the process of beginning to select a jury. Now, good luck with finding a jury that's going to be impartial, but you know what? They got to do what they got to do. So now they're saying that there's plenty of questions that they're going to be asking this jury to make sure that they don't have a bias towards certain issues that are going to come up in this trial ahead of time. Like, do you have a bias towards rich people? Because a lot of people do. A lot of people feel like, they're angry at the rich people. They like to tell what rich people should do with their money, how they should be donated and giving it there. They don't like when rich people do things when everybody else is suffering. That Jeff Bezos and the whole Blue Origin flight that happened with the ladies, everybody is so angry. They like, you wasted money going up into space for what when we down here starving. So there's a lot of people that got issues with people that have money. So they're trying to find out, are you one of those people that have issues with people that have money? So they're trying to ask these questions. Oh, and another question they're asking about is how fluid are you when it comes to sex and sexuality? Why? Because Diddy, he liked what he liked. And they want to make sure when these subjects will come up that you're grossed out by them. And that's important, right? So let me go ahead and share a screen so we could get a little more into this. So Diddy took jury poll. Sex, drugs, hip hop. What's your take? So potential jurors in Diddy's federal trial going to get grilled on several subjects before they get picked. And the hot topics include their taste in music and their views on drugs, celebs, and group sex. With the jury selection just a week away for Diddy's trial, his attorneys are submitting the 30 questions they want to put to the jury pool. Not shockingly, considering the charges, sex is raised several times. For instance, there may be evidence in the case about people engaging in sexual relations with multiple sexual partners. Would hearing about the type of evidence be difficult for you? Is one of the questions. A follow-up question covers evidence that people cheated on girlfriends or boyfriends. As we reported, Diddy has maintained that Cassie hotel beating video was the tail end of them arguing about him allegedly cheating on her, and he claims she cheated on him with now husband Alex Fine. But somebody could cheat on you, sir, but that doesn't give you the right to beat them down the way you beat Cassie down. So this is going to be a rough road for Diddy. It really is. Diddy's fame will also be the center stage with potential jurors. One question they ask: do you believe that wealthy people get away with things that the less wealthy do not? I think most people believe that is so. Money is king. So the more money you have, the more influence you have, the less likely you are to get in trouble, right? His attorneys also plan to ask what kind of music perspective jurors listen to. And if they have opinions about hip hop, rap music industry or artists in that genre. And again, Diddy is batting zero on these things because that's another thing. A lot of people have this idea of hip hop artists and that they're all gangster rappers and that they're into drugs, sex, and alcohol and violence. Diddy got himself in a pickle. TMZ broke the story. Prosecutors are opposing the defense effort to have a psychiatrist testify regarding the effects of Diddy drug and alcohol use during the alleged crimes. But there's no doubt they will be central to the case. Prosecutors allege Diddy used drugs to make his alleged victims more compliant. Jury selection is slated to begin May 5th. So they just have to do the preliminary work before they actually bring the jury in, because you can't just randomly out of your head, be like, I want to ask the jury this question. It has to be approved ahead of time, so to speak, by both the prosecution and the defense. So this is going to be interesting. And for the month of May, we're going to be inundated with this Diddy stuff in this Diddy case. And listen, the day the jury it has to go back and decide on the verdict, I'm sure Diddy is going to be sweating. And that's gonna be, oh, what a day. Right now, from what I'm seeing, I don't know how Diddy's gonna fare out in this thing, because it just seems like the defense, I'm sorry, doesn't really have their how they're gonna fight this thing on lock. It seems like they're all over the place. And I really want to say, I feel like that's why Tony Rico was like, deuces, I'm out. Because they just, they're not defending this thing in a way that would give Diddy a fighting chance. To say that this man didn't have the mental capacity to do the crimes that he's being accused of because he was using drugs and alcohol. Someone in my previous video, they made a very good comment to me. That's why I like chatting with y'all. They said, okay, he didn't have the mental capacity to do these crimes, but he had the mental capacity to continue with all his business endeavors. That alcohol brand made him millions of dollars. He was allegedly drunk, high, or both when he was doing that. He made the Love album while he was allegedly drunk, high, or both. So what's the difference? Your mental capacity could get you through business, but it blocked you from realizing you was committing a crime allegedly. I don't think that thing's gonna fly over well. Either way, guys, chat with me in the comments. So when I get opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts on these jury questions that they're going to potentially ask the jury. And also, let me know this. If you was called for jury duty and you found out that it was the Diddy case, would you try to get out of it? Listen, for whatever reason, every time they call me for jury duty, I get picked. And I be begging sometimes because there's some cases I just don't want to be on. And yes, I do know it's our duty, right, to serve jury duty. But sometimes some of these cases, they a bit much for me. And I don't know personally, God bless the jurors who are going to be on this case. I personally wouldn't want to be one of those jurors. And I am pretty much, I feel like I'm liberal in the sense that I really don't care who sleeps with who, how they do what they do, as long as it's all consenting adults. I'm also not one to have this bias against the rich and feel like the rich, they should be giving their money and doing this, that, and the other. I feel like everybody, whether you're rich or poor, you have the right to do whatever it is you want to do with your money. So I'm not one of those. So in that sense, I kind of would be the perfect juror, so to speak, because I know how to stay neutral and listen to the facts at hand and then make my judgment based on that. But I just personally would never want to be on a Diddy case, a Suge Knight case. No, put me on something where somebody said they was discriminated at work. Just something clean. I don't ever want to be on no murder case. I'm not your girl for all of that. I just, I watch too many movies where they come after the jurors. So I'm good. Give me a neutral little case. Let me do my civil duties and go home. And y'all don't call me for the next 2-3 years or however that works. But I wouldn't want all of this right here. I wouldn't want to be no Diddy juror. Anyway, guys, let me know. Would you want to be a juror if they called you for jury duty on the Diddy case? Thanks for watching, guys. Hit that like button and I'll see you on the next video.